7-1 lead for the Braves. It opened up with a 5-run fifth. Christian today has been intentionally walked. He's also grounded out to short. If you missed it late last night, the Yankees did hold off Oakland to win that ball game. So at the moment, the Sox lead still at 8.5. They're still out there tonight, taking on a tough A's team. A little pop up toward right, charging on Duvall. It's going to drop in for a base hit. So Vasquez is on. Just the third hit today for the Sox.
Tried to come in and make a nice effort on this catch. Good thing it stayed sort of in front of him, and he was backed up on the play by Albies. Got his glasses on backwards so that he can see anything that happens behind him.
Here's Su-Wei Lin hitting for the first time today. Su-Wei now in the game at short. One of the Red Sox September call-ups. First time we've seen him since the call-up. His fifth stint with the Red Sox here in 2018. He tags that one down the line, turned on it, but foul.
Looking to jump all over anything on the inner half. He just golfed this one down the line, but he couldn't keep it fair. That's why pitchers try to get down and in to lefties, try to get them to pull that thing foul.
0-1 on Lin. Goes the other way. Another blooper. That'll find a home and left. And for the first time today, the Red Sox have back-to-back hits. Speedway will donate $500 to Boston Children's Hospital for every Red Sox home run. Speedway, New England's first choice for value and convenience, and the largest convenience store contributor to Children's Miracle Hospitals. So Vasquez with a single, and Su-Wei Lin with a base hit, and now Jackie Bradley will look to keep it rolling here.
Quick conversation with Winkler right there, and Culberson coming in as well. All that is about is what kind of a sign situation are we running through. I want to know, if I'm the shortstop, what signs you're running. I want to know first sign, second sign, first sign after two, whatever it is. Everyone needs to be on the same page, and Winkler hasn't been in this game.
In there for strike one. Jackie, a fly to left, a grounder to short, a grounder to second. Blake Swihart after him. And the 0-1. Into right. Duvall lets it drop in front. Runners are all going to move up as the throw comes in. He does not look very sure out there. Jackie Bradley's got a base hit, and they're all filled up.
Here's something you don't see very often in a ball game. A lot of times if you're going to make a shift, you do it before the pitch. Culberson was moving up the middle when that pitch was thrown, and then everyone in the house kind of thought that ball was going to be caught. It just bounced in front of him, and everybody moved up a base.
3 consecutive base hits. And a meeting on the mound coming up in front of Blake Swihart, who has gone 0 for 3. Chuck Hernandez, pitching coach. Now, Red Sox with a little bit of life here at last in the 8th inning.
Dave, here's what we were talking about with Culberson up the middle. Winkler's already into his stretch. Now look what he goes. up the middle, takes off over there, goes to the other side of second base right before Jackie gets that base hit.
It dropped so close in front of Duvall it almost bounced past him. Blake has fly to center, struck out again. Nobody out. A grand slam could make it real interesting all of a sudden.
Well, you know, that's what Dusty Baker used to always say. If you're getting beat bad in a game, you want to get yourself into slam range. And what he meant by that is get yourself enough runs on the board and get the bases loaded so if someone does hit a slam, it ties the game and you're back in it. Dusty was so much fun to talk to when he's managing teams. Kind of laid it all out. Didn't hide much from anybody. Great motivator.
1-1. And down low. He's a great broadcast partner too. I had him for a year. 1 year out of managing at ESPN as a partner, and he was great to hang with.
He was the only manager that was so cool he could still wear wristbands. You know?
Yeah, that's right. I think Washington made a mistake letting him go. Here comes the 2-1. There's a drive out to right field. Racing back. Duvall still backing up. Can't get it. Out of the warning track. Vasquez is in to score. Here comes Lynn. Jackie Bradley scampering into third base. Blake Swihart tightens it up a little bit. A 2-run double.
Good to see that for Blake. Got a pitch he could handle. That's just a cut fastball that doesn't do much. So we talk about that pitch. You try to throw to a lefty. If you don't get it in off the plate, you're going to be in trouble because you're coming right into his happy house. That ball scalded into right field. Duvall's a guy out there that hasn't been able to put any leather on anything.
So 7-3 game. And Benintendi due up. They're going to bring in a left-hander for him. That'll be Johnny Venters. And we'll see just how interesting this does get. Winkler is gone, allowing 4 consecutive hits. He's not getting a whole lot of help from his right fielder. Let's get out of Guerin.
Brandon Phillips said it was a blessing to get called up, especially in his hometown, and he talked about his excitement joining this team.
It was a blessing, you know. Pricey hit me up, Mookie hit me up, Jackie hit me up on Instagram. Yeah, I felt kind of weird. He hit me up in my DMs, and you know how what goes down in DMs. But you know, it was just crazy. But other than that, Alex ended up texting me, and you know, a lot of guys was just happy to have me on this team, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, what did that mean to you to have them all reaching out and just excited to have you here?
Wow, you know, it made me smile. You know, it shows that the guys are happy to have me over here. Hopefully, I can just do my job to help the team do exactly what they're doing right now. But you know, I'm just really happy to be here, and hopefully that I can help the guys out. That's basically it.
And as you guys mentioned, all the numbers that he wanted were retired or already taken, so he asked for the weirdest one, and that was 0.
Well, so far it's worked out pretty well for Brandon. A couple of walks today, fine defensive play. Kind of stole the run for the Red Sox early on. Winkler was just a little bit steamed as he came out.
Well, you'd think. I don't know who he's mad at. He clearly didn't have a great outing. He didn't get a lot of help in the outfield. And it wasn't his glove's fault, but watch this. Oh. That just makes me think of a story my dad used to tell me. Hey, treat your glove the way you want your glove to treat you. That's not a good idea to throw it around. He might not be done yet. Oh, we threw some water.
Venters out of the bullpen. Inheriting runners at second and third, Benintendi has gone 1 for 3 with a base hit. Minuscule ERA of 0.69 for Venters. Red Sox are trying to get back into this thing here in the 8th inning.
Yeah, there haven't been a whole lot of at-bats for a guy like Benintendi in this ballgame that meant much, but suddenly this one really does. There's a breaking ball that disappears on him. Benny actually had a pretty good hack at that.
Oh, 2. Moreland on deck.
Benny can single these two guys home. You're talking about a different game.
You sure are. 4 consecutive hits for the Red Sox here in the 8th inning. Driven to left field, a base hit. Here comes Jackie Bradley. Swihart moves up to third and stops there. The RBI for Benintendi is 78th. That makes it 7-4. 5 straight hits for the Sox.
What a great job of hitting by Benintendi in this situation. Vetters goes right after him with 2 strikes. Didn't waste anything, didn't do anything. But Benny's ready for it and just slices this thing into left field. As I mentioned before, he had a couple pretty good swings at each pitch, just couldn't come up with it. He got him that time.
Red Sox had 2 hits all afternoon until this inning.
And guess what, Dusty? We don't even have to be in slam range.
Well, Steve Pearce is going to bat. First and third, nobody out. Pearce batting for the first time, hitting in Moreland's spot. A 7-4 game and none out.
Alex Cora all over this situation. You knew that Pearce was waiting with Venners coming in. His only thought process was, do they leave Venners in to see Pearce? Pearce kills left-handed pitching.
354 with 4 home runs. And a 1-0 will not be made.
The reason why Alex Cora was pretty confident of making this move is because the Braves did not have anybody up and throwing in the pen. They do now.
Brock loosening in their bullpen. The 1-0. Take it for a ball. Really did not think Steve would be talking about the tying run being at home plate in this game.
Not a few hitters ago. They have come out hacking in this inning.
And a 2-0. Pounded in there at 94.
Just as the Braves put up a 5 spot in the 5th, the Red Sox are trying to do the same thing to them. Maybe get more here in the 8th inning. Boy, that pitch didn't have to be a strike, did it, Dave? Goodness. That's a 2-0 pitch.
Brandon Phillips on deck. And a 2-1. That's a rocket pulled into left. Acuna back. Made the catch. Tagging up. Here comes Swihart. He is in to score. It is 7-5. And another wicked shot. Pearce will pick up the RBI.
Well, that's a quality play by Acuna out there in left field, because he is one of the guys that doesn't play all that deep in left. He had to scamper back to go get this one. Pearce hit it on the nose, but he couldn't quite get enough air under that ball to get it up and over Acuna's head. Nice play out there, and then getting the ball back in.
So the Red Sox have scored for the 4th time in the inning. And that brings up Brandon Phillips, who has walked twice and grounded out. That was the first out here in the 8th. Phillips getting his first action at the big league level this year. 3-time All-Star, 4-time Gold Glove winner. Benintendi the base runner at first, and the 0-1.
home runs in the minor leagues this season.
Devers on deck. And it's Brandon Workman, the right-hander in the pen. Now the middle innings had gotten pretty sleepy, and the Sox had fallen behind 7-1, but a big rally here in the 8th to tighten it up. And the 0-2.
You and I commented earlier when this game was 7-1, with all the guys that were having the days off, it looked like they were going to continue to have the day off. Alex Cora, generally when he gives his players days off, doesn't use them very often. He might find himself in a situation where he could use one of those big bats off the bench to come in and put one into the seats.
Indeed. One out, Benintendi aboard. Nunez putting on the elbow guard. And a 1-2 pitch to the third baseman, knocked down by Camargo. He'll gather, gun, he threw it away. Down to third, Benintendi. Oh, this is getting fascinating now. Down to second base is Phillips. On a ground ball that ate up Camargo, and then a horrible throw. Second and third, and only one down, and the tying runs are in scoring position.
Camargo caught himself on an in-between hop, and when that ball bounced off his chest, your immediate reaction is usually panic. You're like, oh my goodness, I got to pick it up and throw it. What you generally do is try to throw it too hard, and you almost always throw it in the dirt when you do that. And it's an unplayable ball at first base. This is trouble all the way around. They almost caught a break by this ball skipping out of play.
Well, this has turned into a ball game at last. Ian Kinsler just announces the hitter to bat for Devers. And Snitker is going out to take the ball away from Venters. And he'll bring on a right-hander. So hold the phone here in Atlanta. The Red Sox with a major rally have runners in scoring position at second and third. The former Oriole Brad Brock in his 18th appearance with his new ball club, where he's been tough as nails, a 0.59 earned run average. And about to square off against Ian Kinsler, batting for the first time. Nunez in the on deck area, ready to hit in the pitcher spot. Only one out. Red Sox have 4 runs in. What was a 7-1 lead is now 7-5. And in tight for a ball on Kinsler. Has been a hot bat.
Brock has given up just 1 earned run in his 17 appearances, now his 18th here. He's been amazing. Both the guys they got from the Orioles, Gosman has done very, very well for this team since they came over.
Line shot and a left field base hit. 1 run in. Here comes Phillips, and here's the throw home. He dives, he's safe. You've got to be kidding me. The Red Sox come back from the grave today and have tied the ball game at 7. Ian Kinsler off the bench with a line shot to score a pair.
Now you talk about professional hitters on this team. Kinsler off the bench. He's been sitting there watching it all day long. It did not look good, and he just comes up and pounds one into left field for a base hit that scores 2 to tie this thing up. Goodness. The Red Sox have weathered a wipeout inning that they faced in the 5th, where they gave up 5, and they've come back now for 6 in the 8th.
Kinsler with a giant hit. Still only 1 down. A 6-run 8th inning, and the Sox have tied it at 7. Now, we have seen some incredible innings out of the Red Sox this season. This is up there. This game felt over and gone. Far from it, as it turns out. Red Sox with 6 hits. Big error in the inning as well.
Huge error, yep. Sometimes if you're going to put 6 runs on the board, you need help like that. An error comes into play.
The 1-0, that's wrapped foul past third.
A new right fielder into a ball game that didn't do his team any favors after they got Markakis out of there. Duvall's had a little trouble out there in right, making some plays.
A little.
Trying to be nice.
1 ball and 1 strike on Nunez. Boy, a half hour ago you never would have guessed it would ever be 7-7 in the 8th inning, but this is the 2018 Red Sox.
And for those of those fans at home that decided to watch something else or go do something, hey, text your friends and tell them they better get back on the game.
The 2-1 to Nunez, fouled away. Ian Kinsler off the bench, ripping a 2-run single. Started out innocently enough with a bloop base hit to right by Vasquez, and now he's on deck. He has scored in the inning. Zue Lin, a base hit and a run. Jackie Bradley, same thing. Blake Swihart drove in a couple with a double. Benintendi with a clutch RBI single. Pierce with a line drive for a sac fly. Phillips with the routine ground ball that was booted at third as the throw back to first, and Kinsler will dive in safely.
How about all those guys off the bench that you just talked about that have come in and they did damage?
Pierce, Kinsler, Nunez, Lin. That's a big bench today.
Pierce was unlucky, hit a bullet, got the sacrifice fly out of it, but no Mookie Betts, no J.D. Martinez to be heard from so far.
At least not yet. Here's the 3-2. Runner goes. And a fly ball into center field. Inciarte will grab that for the second out. And Vasquez, the man who started it, coming up for the second time in the 8th inning.
7, Christian Vasquez.
I think it was on the Blake Swihart double where the air changed here and it got a lot tenser, certainly for Atlanta.
Certainly did.
Got a little tougher for them to breathe.
They started thinking about the conversation with Dusty Baker about getting themselves into slam range. They were headed that way.
Here's Christian Vasquez, 1 for 2 with a base hit. Seemed innocent enough. Runner taken off. And a line drive and a right center field, a base hit. Kinsler on his way to third. Another Red Sox hit. And the Boston Red Sox have the go-ahead run 90 feet away here in the 8th inning.
Well, this is the Christian Vasquez that you were talking about, the guy you saw last year that drilled balls into right center field. Back-to-back hits now going the other way.
Well, you have a lot of options here if you're Alex Cora, and he's going to choose Xander Bogaerts with an opportunity, amazingly enough, to take the lead here. And he will hit in the 9th spot.
Pitching for the Red Sox, number 2, Xander Bogaerts.
So Xander being announced. It's been a day of rest for him until now. Mookie Betts, J.D. Martinez, Kinsler, Nunez, all starting the day on the bench, but all of a sudden they're getting in. Snitker out to talk to home plate umpire Timmons. He has his lineup card.
Probably looking at a double switch situation here. Flaherty.
Very little he has done right in this inning has And very little has he been able to do right in this inning, I should say. And now Flaherty coming out. And they'll be going to the bullpen again. It'll be A.J. Minter. This has been some inning. The Red Sox so far have scored 6 times to tie at 7-7.
Now pitching for your Atlanta Braves, number 33, A.J. Minter.
And Duvall heading down the dugout steps. Now, he was certainly part of it in the Red Sox favor with less than dazzling defense to begin the inning. Really didn't feel like it would mean all that much. Does now.
That's how this game can turn around in a heartbeat on you. A couple breaks, an error, a couple hard hit balls, a Mookie sighting. Swihart hammered a ball into the gap.
Well, they're getting serious now. Freddie Freeman is now in the game at first. He has been resting until this point. And a whole bunch of changes. Flaherty will now move over to third base. Told you Freeman is now in at first. Camargo goes from third over to short. Culberson moves from shortstop out to right field.
Yeah, you know, that makes a lot more sense. When we saw Flaherty leave the field and then Duvall leave the field, you don't make 2 guys leave on a double switch. So Flaherty grabbed his third baseman's glove and went over to third.
So first and third, 2 down. Xander Bogaerts the batter. As the Red Sox try and come all the way back against the Atlanta bullpen. A.J. Minter, his 58th appearance. He's been a very reliable guy. And the first one to Bogaerts. He will take ball 1. He is 2 for 8 with 3 RBIs, including a double in the series. Red Sox have 7 hits and 6 runs in this inning. And they have stunned Atlanta. Kinsler at third. 2-0.
Dave, correct me if I'm wrong here, but as you watch Minter pitch the ball, I know he's left-handed, so it'd be a little bit of a mirror image, but look at how much he looks like Craig Kimbrell in his setup, the way he stretches. He doesn't have the praying mantis beginning, but he does lean in there. Touches the cap like Craig. Look at the lean in. Watch the set at the belt, very much like Kimbrell does.
The 2-0. That's in there for a strike.
He needs to have a longer beard. No question about that.
May actually get to see Kimbrell appear for the Red Sox today, the way things are going right now. Two down. Here comes the 2-1. And time is granted. It has been a merry-go-round of an inning. Bogaerts trying to continue that and put the Red Sox in front for the first time today. 3-1. Jackie Bradley on deck.
I think he's going to be careful on this pitch. I don't know if Bogaerts is going to necessarily see a fastball down the middle. 3-1. Lefty Bradley waiting.
The hitters count for Xander Bogaerts. Here's the 3-1. And that'll be inside ball 4. That'll load up the bases.
Well, guess who's striding up?
Here comes Mookie Betts. With the bases loaded and 2 down. And perhaps the greatest comeback inning all season long for the Red Sox. Mookie Betts is about to hit.
JBJ kept things going with a base hit in this inning, but there is no question this is the correct move to make if you can get Mookie into the game with damage.
Red Sox have been batting for 35 minutes. All loaded up with 2 down. And he will take ball 1. Mookie for the year hitting .358 against lefties. Tied up 7-7. Minter's 1-0. 2-0. A day off for Mookie Betts until this moment. Flowers heading out. So Ian Kinsler, the runner, at third base. Christian Vasquez at second. Xander Bogaerts at first.
Hasn't wanted to throw the fastball to Mookie. I wouldn't want to either. He's got nowhere to put him.
Mookie is the 5th pinch hitter that Alex Cora has used here in the 8th.
This is a National League game.
It's a crazy game is what it is. They lead at first, second, and third. Here's the 2-0. And he'll take a strike.
The discipline that Mookie has. He got a fastball on a hitter's count. You know he wants to just unload on a pitch. That's at the bottom of the strike zone. Not one that he wanted to swing at, and he just took it.
The 2-1. Right through there. All leaving up 2-2.
Minter's not messing around with that fastball too. It's 99 and he puts it on a corner. Mookie has not seen a decent pitch to hit in 4 pitches.
Little flare foul on a play. They'll do it again.
Wouldn't be surprised to see a breaking ball here.
And Minter will step off. Here's the 2-2 again. Line shot, but a foul ball. He's had so many moments in an MVP-worthy season. If he comes through here, this will be one of his very best.
Of course, everybody wants to see him hit one into the seats, but all he needs is a seeing eye grounder up the middle for a base hit.
Oh, the Red Sox needs a pass ball.
Yeah, and which is a definite possibility in this situation.
2-2. And he struck him out. Mookie Betts down. Side retired, but what an inning it was. The Red Sox leave them loaded, but they have tied the ball game at 7-7.
Minter has made some fantastic pitches against excellent hitters. Betts and Pierce.
High fly ball, deep left field. Watch this baby go. It is gone. How about that? Brandon Phillips has put the Red Sox in the lead. 9-8 in the 9th inning. Is that some debut? Goodness gracious. And holy cow. And he hit the daylights out of it. My, oh my. The Red Sox lead it 9-8. Boy, that's how you show up with your new ball club.
He got a fastball and absolutely aired it out. He's got that crouch stance. He can still get it out of here. He knew it as soon as he hit it. Look at that. Wow.
Holy cow. The Red Sox all the way back from 7-1 to lead in the 9th inning. Brandon Phillips paying off dividends. I should say so.